millets and importance of value addition in millets. So mostly now even the government has declared this 2023 as International Year of Millets. So everyone might be aware of these millets and even health benefits also, I guess. So in brief, let us discuss about how these millets are cultivated in India and what are the entrepreneurial opportunities in millets. So these millets are very traditional foods actually. Our ancestors used to consume these foods as a staple food. Uh, in India also, like millets are grown about 17 million hectares with annual production of 18 million tons and contribute to 10% of the country's food grain basket. These millet crops are actually since from many centuries these have been cultivated in our India. So nearly one third of the staple diet comes from these millets. And these millets are nutri cereals. They are considered as a nutri cereals because they have all the maximum nutrients, even vitamin B complex vitamins or even fiber and most of the important minerals also available in these millets. So these are considered as a nutri cereals. So these have essential fatty acids, fibers, and B vitamins and magnesium. So this actually these millets are good for diseases like metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and this helps in increasing good fat and decreasing fats, bad cholesterols. So they also protect against age onset degenerative diseases like Parkinson's diseases also. So these have a significant, but though we are telling that millets are having a very high health benefits, but present generation, if we see, this consumption is very less actually. So since from if we look at the past 3 decades data, this consumption of millets was very low. So let us see like what are the main reasons of not using these millets very regularly. So if we look at this graph, before this green revolution period, that is from 1950s below. So before this 1950, before this green revolution period, this millet cultivation is more actually. Hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am. You please proceed.
Ah, and after this green revolution, people are more focused about this high yielding varieties, and they shifted from millets, these ancestral crops, to high yielding varieties, and many opted for this pesticide spraying, all this, and they have much focused on high yield actually. So this what made millet area was very less after green revolution period. My slides are not moving actually.
It's not
Can you
moving. Huh? You stop sharing the screen and share it again, ma'am.
now?
No, now it is moving. Now it is moving.
But here it is showing again.
Some other screen is coming, no?
Uh,
Connecting something is coming. Just wait.
yes.
I think you logged in twice, sir. Just wait. Just wait. I will just dismiss all other this one. Just wait. I think you were trying to log in. One login yet. I will remove it, ma'am. Just wait. Yeah. Now you proceed. Yeah. Now you can proceed.
Yeah, like as we are discussing about millet cultivation. So if you look at the global scenario of millets, this area wise, this Africa country is securing first position in cultivation of millets, as India position is sixth position. And in production wise, we are producing more when compared to other states. Um, and if we closely look into the our India statistics, it's not moving. if we look at our India scenario, like in within our India, among the millets, pearl millet, which is bajra, so it contributes about 60% of the total millet cultivation. Then second place is jowar, which we regularly see in the markets also. Then ragi millet and the small millets. Later we'll discuss like what will come under small millets. These are actually minor millets. Only few people are aware of these minor millets. Mostly we know about bajra, jowar, and ragi. So if we look at into the classification of millets, major millets are sorghum, which is jowar, and pearl millet, finger millet. Minor millets comes under like foxtail, kodo millet, barnyard, little, and proso millet. These are called as with different names in different places. And pseudo millets. Pseudo millets are nothing but by the name itself they are not the actually millets, but they are considered as the millets because of their structure, physical structure, because they seems to be very small in size, and even if we look at the health benefits also, they have a high nutritional value of these micro elements. So these are also called as a pseudo millets. So these are amaranth and buckwheat. This buckwheat is cultivated mostly in hilly areas like Jammu Kashmir. So these millets are nutri-cereals. Like why they are called as a nutri-cereals means like they have, as we discussed, many health benefits. And finger millet, this forms a major part of the food basket. And other nutri-cereals are also being cultivated in varying scales in various parts of the country, mainly by tribal and marginal farmers. This minor nutri-cereals we can see at the in the tribal regions mostly. So briefly, if we look at this table, like all the millets were compared with the bottom three staple foods like maize, wheat, rice, which are common staple foods of our India. So if we compare these staple foods with the all types of millets, so in all the parameters, millets secure a high position. For example, if we look at finger millet, calcium, here we can see 344 milligrams. Actually, this table is for 100 grams of each millet, each type of cereal. So, for example, if you look at the calcium of finger millet is around 344 milligrams of calcium we can get from 100 grams of ragi consumption. So, if we compare the same calcium with our staple food rice, it has only 10 milligrams, and wheat only 41 milligrams, maize 20 milligrams. So, this comparison wise, like it has almost 300 extra of calcium we can get this from finger millet. So not only this calcium, if we look at other elements also, fiber also, it is very high in barnyard millet compared to our staple food. So whenever we talk from nutritional parameters, so all these millets have a good vitamins and minerals and micro elements also. So these are considered as nutri-cereals. So, like, why we need to focus on millets? Why we need to consume millets? Means, let us see. Like, most of our bakery food products comes from maida. We all know that maida is nothing but which is a refined one. It has only actually, maida is a refined one. So when we look at the whole wheat, it has actually three layers: bran, endosperm, and germ. So what we when maida, which is a refined one, maida consists of only this endosperm, this middle portion only we will get, which is a very refined and white in color. But all of the antioxidants or vitamin E, all these come from bran and germ layer actually. So our most of our bakery products are made with maida, which is like giving nothing but it's only carbohydrate food. So we'll get energy to do our work from these bakery products, but not any antioxidants or vitamin E, like immunity power, fiber, or we lost through this refining process. These are some of the health benefits of Nutri-Cereals. This helps in detoxifying body and lowers body bad cholesterol and prevents onset of breast cancer and prevents type 2 diabetes, which is very prevalent in our India. Even our India is considered as a capital city of diabetes. We all know that. So this millets helps in preventing this type 2 diabetes and effective in reducing blood pressure and protects against heart diseases, and it also aids in treating respiratory conditions such as asthma. These millets are very good source of magnesium actually, so which helps in treating respiratory diseases and helps to optimize kidney, liver, and immune systems also. We'll not discuss each millets in detail, these nutritional benefits. Let us see only the major millets, which are three types: sorghum, finger millet, and bajra. So this sorghum jowar, it has a unique feature of lowering the digestible capacity. So it gives, hence it gives satiety feeling for a long time, and we can limit our food consumption with this jowar. And it is all at the same time it is rich in protein, fiber, thiamine, riboflavin, folic acid, and keratin, which are very essential for our human body, especially for this folic acid is essential for pregnant women. So this also prevents some of the diseases, celiac disease, obesity, and diabetes. So Bajra is also contains a good amount of protein and lipids also. So it also has many micro elements, folic acid, magnesium, iron, copper, zinc. This actually pearl millet helps in treating stomach ulcers, and it has very low anti-nutritional factors. Bajra anti-allergic properties also very low in this bajra. And ragi, coming to the ragi, it is the richest source of calcium. We can say that when compared to milk also, this has double amount of calcium in finger millet, and it has highest mineral content also. And these one unique property of this finger millet is it is an excellent for malting properties. So when the grain is soaked for overnight and sprouted, most of the anti-nutrients will be washed off, and the bioavailability of nutrients will be increased through this malting method. So hence it can be used as a weaning food for kids, especially after 6 months. As a weaning food, we can give this finger millet to the kids. And threonine amino acid in ragi hinders the fat formation in the liver, which brings cholesterol level of the body down also. It also promote, as it is very rich in calcium, it promotes bone health and helps in losing weight. So now coming to the exact topic, value addition. Like what is value addition? We all know that value addition is nothing but giving some value to the farm product and reselling the product. So this valuation from food processing has a genuine potential to increase earnings for all the stakeholders across various value chains. So this gives valuation gives extra income. Maximum profit can provided through valuation. So tying it with value chain approach, identifying high value crops that have large potential for value enhancement through food processing must be identified, and farmers encouraged to move towards these value chains. So, like we are telling, like millets have very high health benefits. So, but why we are not using? Let us see in a small slide. So, the main issues with millets are this primary processing is very difficult. This outer layer will not be removed much easier unless until if we have a proper equipment, then only we can remove this husk and bran also. So and lack of proper processing technology was also, and now people most of the people now are aware of about millet health benefits, but really it was considered as a poor man's food actually, these millets. But now everyone recognizing these health benefits of millets, and this awareness has been creating nowadays. So and these have actually very poor shelf life unless until processed in a proper method, and even proper market facilities also we don't have. Grain supply also, like we can most of our states they cultivates major millets but not the minor millets. So this poor grain supply also is one of the reason for that, and poor utilization, poor affordability. So these are some of the reasons like why we are these millets are under focused. And coming to the agro processing and valuation, like India is a sixth largest producer of millets, as we have seen in the previous slides. But coming to the valuation, only 10% of valuation have been made in our country, while developing countries have contributed to 70 to 80%. So we are lagging a very huge amount, and high level of food processing and valuation in the economy can create a much larger pool for quality agro commodities, thereby reducing farm wastages and raising farm incomes. So why we need to do valuation, especially in millets? So these are some of the reasons. Valuation gives improves profitability of farmers, and it empowers the farmers and other weaker sections. Not only the farmers, even farm women also, housewives also, they can start this business valuation of millets, and they can create their own entrepreneurship. And it provides better quality also, and it reduces the post harvest losses, especially like this valuation when the flour is converted when the grain is converted into the flour, they can sell it as a primary processed food, or even brand removing, husk removing also they can do. And reduction of import and meeting export demands, a way of increased foreign exchange. In this way also we can increase our foreign exchange products also. And why these millets are to be processed, when we look closely, actually most of the people who are very health conscious, they used to say when like millets have several anti-nutritional factors. I agree that like millets have anti-nutritional factors, but when they are processed, this anti-nutritional all the factors will be removed, and this bioavailability of nutrients will be increased with processing only. Like when the millets are soaked overnight, this bioavailability will be increased, bioavailability of nutrients will be increased, and even anti-nutrients will be removed. So this through this millet processing, digestibility is increased, and food safety. It also inactivates natural toxins, as just now we discussed about anti-nutrients. Toxins such as trypsin inhibitors, and also prevents bacterial growth and food spoilage. And it also organoleptic properties. It also has a process to optimize the appearance, taste, and texture of foods to meet the needs of consumers. And convenience also, like when the millets are processed, when they are ready to use or ready to cook, then consumption will be increased. Unless until they are processed, will not go for millet consumption. So when they are made available ready for eat, so this consumption rate can be increased. And it also, this through millet processing, it also increases nutritional value. Like when adding other ingredients, it increases its nutritional value, profitability, develop good profitable uses also, and it meets demands for pre-processed and convenience foods. So processing methods, coming to the processing methods, when we look at the traditional methods and contemporary methods, in traditional, earlier our ancestors, they used to do only these types of methods, like dehusking, milling, malting, fermentation, popping. I guess you all are aware of fermentation and malting. Malting is nothing but like sprouting and drying that grains and powdered form. And fermentation is like a growth of useful bacteria. And coming to the contemporary methods, now we are using refined millets, husk-free malt flour, polished and improved popping processes, like chocolate flavor jar popcorns, like that. We can get improved through this improved popping process, flaking, extrusion, cooking, and baking. Even like what type of maida products we get from bakery, all those products can be made with this millets also. So when we look at this picture, it shows like it gives us a thinking part, like tongue needs taste, body needs what. Actually, this body needs nutrition, so that we need to satisfy both the taste and our nutritional parameters also. So these are some of the traditional millet recipes, like our ancestors used to do mostly roti and porridges, ambalis like that. And coming to this contemporary millet value added products, we can see like n number of products now we can get from the market, from research institutes, and from various entrepreneur organizations also, like pasta, cakes, chocolates, biscuits, noodles, everything we can get with made with millets. So value added supply chain. How this millet valuation goes. Let us see. Like it should have firstly a seed supplier. This value chain begins with a seed supplier, then grain producer, harvesting, storage, handling and transportation, processing into products, and finally marketing. Let us see in this picture, like this value chain, it begins with inputs and ends with the consumers. So producers, process, retailers, so all these elements are very crucial. So we need to get access to all these inputs, producers, process, retailers, consumers, while creating a value chain. So this is a creation of demand for millet foods value chain. So first, farmers will be cultivating these millets, then communities or self-help groups or KVKs like us, even some other entrepreneurial organizations, they will buy all these grains from the farmer, and they will do processing. They will give to their wives or some of the entrepreneurial organizations where primary processing and value addition will go. And after this processing, they will give these products to the laboratories like R&D laboratories, and from these R&D laboratories they will check the quality control and even nutritional information also. Once they give satisfactory certificate, and if they get proper FSSA certificate, so they can sell these items to the consumers. So, future for food production and processing trades, we need to follow these methods. Like we need to look for good seeds, actually improved and fast breeding seeds, and we need to reduce our chemical inputs. And after getting the good agricultural production, we need to go for raw materials and ingredients, processing, package, final product, and final product should reach to the consumers. So all these parameters we should keep in our mind. Like our products should be unique to the locally available market in terms of reducing fat, sugar. Nowadays, like everyone are health conscious. So our products, our millet value added products should not give more health issues to the consumers. Instead, they should give health benefits to them. So our products should reduce fat, sugar, salt, and it should be enriched in fiber, antioxidants, protective components like that, etc. So what kind of food processing industry it should be? When we start a business of this value addition, millet value addition, our processing industry should be a very competitive. Industry has to be competitive in terms of price, hygiene, quality assurance, and proper packaging. In all these terms, our food industry should give a good competition to other local already available markets, and it should be also equitable. So as we discussed about this value chain, so none of the elements should be able to exploit the other elements of the value chain. We should have proper grain producers and farmer cultivators and processing industries and then consumers like this. So all these value chain parameters need to be met equally and inclusive. It should be. So this farmer producer should be treated as a strategic business partner, but not as an adversary. So we need to support each other. Some of the benefits of value addition includes, so it increases revenue, first of all. So it can create a loyal market around the product. Farmer can create his own loyal market, and he can sell his own products to the consumers directly. Then when we look at the marketing bill is the difference between farm gate and retail value. It is a good idea if the producer could get a share, especially on the processing side. and valuation also increases shelf life, and it also increases bargaining power of a farmer. So when he invests in hard work, so he'll definitely paid off. The importance of minimizing costs. So, when we start our business, especially at our initial stages, our cost of products should be very minimized when compared to other already locally available local brands. So, our product should be cost friendly actually. So, these producers examine value added processing, marketing, cost minimization, and production must be achieved. Only low cost and efficient producers will be able to survive and compete in production agriculture. So these are some of the points need to be noted before starting a millet startups. So keep developing products with a good taste profile. So our product should be very unique in taste and even in from health benefits also. So we should use low fat, even refined flours and salt also. So in that way we can make our products as a unique and invest in educating consumers also. We should when we start a startups, we should invest little amount in educating consumers also. Like they are consumers should be known like what are the health benefits of millets, who can consume. Look, that information we need to provide by conducting awareness campaigns or by conducting stalls in this exhibitions like that. So price competitiveness closer to conventional products, develop a domestic market, and this nowadays this gluten free trends we can see it in USA. Even that trend has to be established in our country too. So these are some of the already state initiatives uh, taken under millet development. So Odisha government already included this millet distribution in PDS. PDS is public distribution system. So under this system, this ragi is included in Odisha, and Karnataka government also is promoting organic and millet cultivation. And under this government is giving as an incentive to 10,000 per hectare for cultivation of millets. And Telangana also is giving Raitu Bandhu Samiti, and exclusively it is focusing on FPOs of millets. And demand creation for millet products through valuation. So we need to create awareness, especially about nutritional and health benefits of millets and their products, and awareness programs to eliminate low social status attached to the consumption of the millets and their products. Earlier, like these millets are considered as a poor man's food, but now this trend has been changed, and that we need to create awareness among the common people. And these millets could be included in midday meals of government various programs, even in ICDS also, integrated child development scheme, midday meal programs also, so that children will be getting health benefited through these millets. And even farmer producer organizations of millets also will be benefited economically. And how to reach this domestic outreach of these millets. So we need to conduct we need to involve various organizations, experts, even students also in form of cyclothons, marathons, and we need to also conduct food festivals, so like millet recipe awareness programs, millet contestants, competitions, and food festivals, workshops. All these need to be encouraged. So this is how we can reach all the people. And coming to this is a RKVY Raftar. This is a one central government scheme which helps for entrepreneurs. Actually, this will give financial assistance. Those who want to start their own business, startups, valuation, not only in valuation of millets, but any type of value addition. And this entrepreneurial sector, it will give financial assistance. So this main intention is it can give incubation services. Total till now 29 incubation centers it had, and it gives support to the agri startups. And this ready-to-eat food industry should come forward to provide healthy food to the mankind, keeping in view changing the demography. So when this trend comes, then our for ready-to-eat products can be sold very easily, and even public-private partnerships also helps for better commercialization. So,
Thank you very much, Ms. Hemalatha, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions from the participants now. Can you
okay,
please stop sharing the screen so that we can see your full video?
one.
Yeah. I think you need to click on that option. You have a blue color button below. Stop sharing. No, no. In the screen itself, you have a blue color button.
Um,
Or the red one. Stop
so,
sharing. Yeah. Yeah. Slightly adjust the camera, no? Your face is getting cut. Yeah, yeah. This is fine. Thank you. Okay, I'll take up the questions now. The first question is, what are the various value addition techniques that can be applied to millets to enhance their nutritional and economic value?
okay. What are the different types of?
Various various value addition techniques.
Okay. These valuation techniques, there are plenty of valuation techniques actually nowadays, like even national institutes like IIMR, Indian Institute of Millets Research, and RKVK's Krishi Vignana Kendra is also promoting this millet value added technologies. Like it has plenty, biscuits, extruded snacks, flakes, pops, all these are millet value added technologies.
Okay. How does value addition? Yeah, tell me.
We can transfer this technology to the FPOs or who are willing to start a FPOs or start their own entrepreneurship. So when they approach us, we are ready to give our technologies and we are ready to give them hands-on training also on these millet recipes, millet technologies.
Okay. How does value addition in millets contribute to overall marketability and consumer acceptance of these crops?
Can you come in?
Yeah, I will repeat it once again. How does value addition in millets contribute to the overall marketability and consumer acceptance of these crops?
Okay. This like unless until if the millets have a proper taste, then only this promotion can be increased. So this valuation helps in giving a good taste, and it at the same time this valuation also improves bioavailability of nutrients also. So this valuation addition only can reach maximum consumers. So without this valuation or processing, no one are ready to consume them as it is. So this is a very risky process. Like if we look at the traditional methods, like dehusking manually, so it will take several hours. And nowadays people are very busy and they can't spend these several hours in processing the millets. So if this value addition, like ready to cook items, ready to eat items, saves the time and it increases the consumption rate also.
Okay. Can you provide an example of specific value-added millet products and their potential benefits?
Yeah, like biscuits, cakes. If we look at them, so these biscuits and cakes are mostly made with maida flour. So when we come to the millet biscuits or millet cakes, when we combine all types of millets, it is multi millet cakes or multi millet biscuits. They gives maximum health benefits when they are mixed in a certain proportions. as per the recommendations. So they gives maximum benefit. This ragi, it gives maximum calcium. Bajra, it gives maximum iron and folic acid. Jowar, it helps in, it is a low GI food, low glycemic index food. So these are very helpful for diabetic patients especially. So as this all these millets will have a GI of below 60 only. When we look at the rice and other products, refined products, it will be around 75 above only. So all these millets are low glycemic foods and gluten-free foods. So these biscuits or cookies or cakes, these are ready to eat, and even kids especially, they also like to eat these cakes and cookies. If suddenly we give a porridge, they may not ready to eat. Elders, they can consume, but especially when we look at the kids, they'll not consume this porridge mixes, all these things. So we can include these millet cookies and millet cakes to them, and they'll be benefited more. They'll be getting more health benefits with these millets. So in all these cakes or biscuits, they completely avoid maida and even refined sugars also. Instead of that, we can include brown sugar or jaggery. So in this way, we can make it more health benefit.
Okay. What are the challenges or barriers faced in the process of value addition for millets, and how can they be overcome?
Okay. So main barriers in millet processing is primary processing, which is removing of outer portion. So mainly this available primary processed missions. So they will not remove 100% husk. So that is a very major challenge nowadays. So whatever the missions, only high quality, high end missions will remove 90% of the husk and bran, but remaining locally available these missions, which are economic friendly missions, like around 50,000 or 60,000 missions, they cannot remove all the bran and husk.
Okay. Are there any specific processing methods or technologies that are commonly used for value addition in millets?
Process specific.
I will repeat it 1 second. Specific processing methods or technologies
Hmm. In millets.
in processing the millets.
Okay. Look, it is not like specific processing technologies.
Hmm.
We have many equipments nowadays, but we need to invest a bit, like ovens or like high-ended machines will give us fine products. If we purchase a low-cost machines, the product may not result very fine. So specific technologies are like all these millet technologies are like edible technologies only, like ready to cook items, ready to eat items. All these are available now.
Okay. One of our member, Mr. Mohan Rao, is asking commercially best value addition millets. Can you just
Mm.
mention commercially best value addition millets
Yes, yes.
and any successful brand name in the present market?
Okay. So, best commercial millet products are instant mixes nowadays, we can say. So, like dosa batter mix, ready to dosa batter mix, and idli mix, upma mixes. All these instant mixes are now in a craze. So, consumers are like they spend very less in cooking. Like those who where both husband and wife are working, they'll get a very little time for cooking and all these household chores. So in that way, if you look at this ready to cook items and instant mixes like upma mixer, porridge mixer, dosa mix, idli mixer, these are in a very high demand actually.
Okay.
So these technologies we can get from IIMR, Indian Institute of Millet Research, KVKs, and specific brands means like now this IIMR is the top most brand we can say, as that is a national institute. So they are also selling their products. And after that IIMR, we can see this KVK products also. Even FPOs also they are selling a good products with low cost.
Okay. How does value addition impact the shelf life and storage of millet products?
Okay. Like when the whole grains we store, this insect pest attack will be more. So this all these millets will have a very poor shelf life actually. So when they have done primary processing, only just removing this husk and bran and even converted to flour also, when we add a little amount of salt, they can be preserved for a long period. And for a commercial use, we can use preservatives also like sodium benzoate in a mentioned manner. The formulas will be like how much quantity we need to use. So in that way, if we mix these preservatives also, they can store for they can have a very long shelf life.
Okay.
Even cookies, all this also when added with these preservatives, they can stay for 6 months. But if you want to start a business with saying like organic products, where we will not add any preservatives or color additives, in that case, poor shelf life it have. These biscuits will have only 1 month shelf life.
Okay. Can you discuss the potential impact of value addition in millets on rural livelihoods and the agricultural economy?
Okay. So this rural women, especially when we talk with about pregnant and lactating women, so they require all of the nutrients in a double portion. Like when we look at folic acid or calcium, iron, all these need to fulfill the pregnant lady nutritional requirements and even the child also. So this millet value addition products will give all maximum nutrients like iron and folic acid, especially in bajra. They gives they are a very good source of folic acid and iron also. So when a pregnant lady known that she is a pregnant or she is conceived, immediately nowadays doctors are prescribing folic acid tablets for a period of 3 months. So, like, why we need to depend on tablets or supplementations like those artificial chemicals? So, instead of that, when a rural household or even urban population also in a plan for a pregnancy, so they can if they eat these millets in a proper manner with the proper processing. They can get all these folic acid and iron without tablet support. They can reach this maximum nutritional requirements as per RDA also. They can reach this maximum nutrients. So in this way, like millet value addition gives a good health benefits to especially pregnant lactates, not only to the women, even people when suffering with the diabetes also. When people, especially in rural area, these households, these rural women they know how to make jowar roti, bajra roti, ragi roti also. So instead of every day taking chapatis, this wheat chapatis also they'll not have that much low GI. Compared to rice, I agree they also will have very low glycemic index, but compared to millets, they have high only. So instead of taking wheat chapatis daily, so when they include this rotis made with millets, they can control their sugar levels.
Okay. Are there any ongoing, just a minute, are there any ongoing initiatives or programs promoting value addition in millets at a large scale?
At large scale, even our government recently, Narendra Modi, the PM, sir, he also focused about millet valuation. Even recently in a meeting, he also highlighted a FPO in Karnataka state. Like they have produced a saying that they have produced a good millet value added products, and he's also saying like will support these FPOs working especially with millets as the current year is International Year of Millets. So mostly like by this year end, this millet startups will get a financial assistance. Now this government is in a position like they are in a way to support for millet valuation. Recently in this economic budget meeting also they allotted budget for this millet cultivation and FPOs also, and surely by this year in 2023 it will reach the maximum benefits.
Okay.
Yes.
What are some emerging trends or innovations in the field of value addition of millets?
Emerging.
Trends and innovations.
Okay. So this valuation has many like this trends means like vacuum packing also like when ready to cook mixes like dosa mixer and idli mixes compared like this powder farm has come very long back ago, like when we mix this multi millet or dosa mix or idli mix when we they're sold in a powder farm, and when we need to actually mix some little amount of required amount of water with this flour and rest it for 2 3 hours, then they'll be get ready to use for dosa or idli. So now there is a trend of packing vacuum packing also, liquid batters also we can get from the markets, liquid millet batters. So this is actually already in a liquid form. So and they are packed in vacuum packing. So once we purchase directly from a supermarket, we no need to even mix them with water also. They are perfectly all right ready to keep on a pan actually. So this vacuum packing has got a we can say it is an emerging trend now in this value addition.
Okay. Uh, can you suggest practical tips or recommendations for farmers or entrepreneurs interested in incorporating value addition into their millets based business?
Okay. So, like when they want to start this millet business, first of all, that farmers should form into a groups actually. It should consist at least a to six above minimum. If they are around 10 to 12, that will be very fine. So they should start in a group way. If they start in an individual way, like one or the other point of time they'll get disappointed, they'll be lacking in finding the consumers, marketing systems. So whenever we start a valuation business, we should start with a group minimum of 10 minimum of 6 and maximum 10 to 12. So when we get a group, so we can two persons or three persons we can disperse. Like 3 persons should procure the seed grains, and 3 persons should bring them to the processing unit, and some people should do look after this processing. So some people should look after marketing. What are the available markets ready to buy our products? And consumers also, we need to create some network, like creating, once we get the consumers, we need to create a community group or consumers network, like through social platforms, so that every time they can order in those platforms, and these orders one person should look after and inform this to the processing units, so they can prepare all these items. Even with online platforms also, like we need to we can get this GST, all these things. Once we get GST, all these things, we can collaborate with this online stores also, like organic stores and millet stores. Many are available, and we can tie up with many social these platforms like Amazon also, and Big Bazaar, like that. We need to create link ups with them, and thus we can expand our markets. And coming to this processing, our products should be very unique to the local products. Like we need to follow strict hygiene and strict health parameters we need to follow, and we should be in a confident saying that our products are 100% differ from locally available bakery products. So that much confidence we need to give to the even consumers also need to be satisfied, like if we purchase from these farmer producer organization or this community, we can get 100% pure quality. That much 100% assurance we need to create to the consumers. So we need to strictly like some of the, as we are seeing nowadays, some of the entrepreneurial organization, though they will say these are millet products, but they completely will not follow these millet products. Instead they will use whole wheat or refined flours. So we need not to do like that. So 100% we need our products, all products should be with millets only. And we need to focus on health parameters also, like reduce the maximum amount of fat, salt, even baking powder also. It also will have some health impact. So all these, instead of refined one, we need to use whole wheat or whole grains, whole millets. So unpolished millets we can use to get maximum health benefits. So in this way, processing wise, we need to strictly procure a good quality seeds and good quality ingredients only we need to use. For example, if extruded snacks or all deep fried snacks, for them we need not to use repeated oils, repeated cooking oils. So we need to use fresh oil. So like that, these health parameters we need to follow, and we need to give 100% assurance to the consumers that our product is very unique and very health beneficial.
Okay, thank you very much. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Ms. Hemalatha Mandava for the talk and for answering the questions. I'd like to also thank all the participants in the meeting. This meeting will now be closed. You're welcome.